Hey, what's up? I'm going to show you what I'm looking at for baseball. So today's August 12, 2024. I'm going to show you all of the baseball slate and how professional sports bettors make money. The Cardinals. So the way that this is set up is that all of these games, we have scrapers that go out and give me all this information. And then I have somebody that works with me that puts it all together. So it looks like this. I'll just quickly explain what it is. Is basically, this is the trending data for the last 10 games for each game. And then it also gives me the batter data against, and then it gives me the pitcher data as well as the hits and the runs and all that stuff. So all the pitcher data. I'm not going to go into the pitching stuff. I'm just going to go through the head-to-head stuff. So for right now, it's going to be St. Louis Cardinals, as you can see, 5-5. Also right there, 5-5. And then the Reds are 6-4. So they're pretty even overall. So there's nothing to see there. What I do see right away is that the Cardinals have a 7 on the over and 3 on the under in the last 10 games. And then the Reds have a 7 on the over and 3 on the under in the last 10 games. However, when they've played each other, they've gone 4 on the over and 6 on the under. So for me, this is sort of a wash. I'm going to just skip this game. Let's keep going. So right here is the Cubs. When they've played the Guardians, they've gone 6-4 against the spread. Well, now the Cubs right here again on the last 10 games are 7-3 against the spread, and that goes against everybody, not just the Guardians. And now you can see this is stands out to me immediately is that the Guardians are 3-7. So number one, you can see there's 6-4 when the Cubs have gone against the Guardians, and then 7-3 in the last 10 games in general, the Cubs. And then the Guardians, they're 3-7, so 3 wins, 7 losses in the last 10 games. So automatically, I'm putting the Cubs as a potential. So then this is where I start my research. So let me pull this in, and I'll do the Cubs. Okay, so I'll just write it down. So now I'm going to look at the over-unders. So again, 6 on the under, 7 on the over, 6 on the over. So it's sort of a wash again for that. All right. So now I'm going to go to the Astros game. So 5-5, 5-5, and 6-4. So there's nothing there. But as you can see right here, 7 under, 6 under, 6, 7 under. So what I'd like to do now is I like to write it down. So it's Astros versus Rays under. Okay, so that's all I'm doing right there. So again, from there, I'm just going to keep going here and explain the rest of the slate. But from there, after I'm done with this, then you go in and check, how the Cubs are looking in general. So like, how is the pitching against the batters today? What's the injury report? And luckily, we already have all that data right here as well. So you can see that's all the batting data. And then that's all the pitching data right here, Taj Bradley. And then all the injury reports and everything like that. So anyways, I don't like to get bogged down with too much information to begin with. I basically just go down the slate and see any games that are even worth looking at. If not, then I just skip a lot of these games. So right here, again, let's keep going. I'm looking at this area. So as I can already see 6 over, 7 over, 8 over, but I like to keep things in order. So as you can see, the Rangers are 4-6, the Rangers are 4-6, and then the Red Sox are 5-5. So that's pretty even. But if you go on the over, then that's what. So what I like to do is just kind of sort of copy and paste this, and then just do Rangers versus Red Sox, and that's on the over. Okay, let's keep going. Royals are 7-3, Royals are 5-5, and then Minnesota Twins are 7-3. So these two right here sort of equal out, and then this is nothing. That's just whatever. Okay, so right here, none of this stands out except the Royals are 8-2. So I can write that as a note, but I'm not too concerned with it. I'm just going to put Royals are 8-2 in the last 10 on the over. But that's just that would at this point for that, if I wanted to do some more research, then that would be the Royals as a team total. But I'm not going to go into that right now. That's that's just separate if there was really nothing else to look at. I might just skip that in general. All right, here we go. Dodgers 7-3, 4-6, 5-5. So that's pretty even, except the Dodgers are a little bit ahead. I'm not going to worry about it. As you can see, 5-4 right here on the over/under is pretty even. But then you go down here, the Dodgers are 7-3, and then the Brewers are 7-3. So again, I'm going to write that down. It's going to be Dodgers versus Brewers. I'm just going to say over. Okay. Let's keep going. Yankees are 5-5. Yankees are 4-6. White Sox are 4-6. So there's nothing there. On the over-unders, there's really nothing there either. So I'm going to skip that game. 5-5, 5-5, 5-5. I'm skipping that. All these over-unders are pretty even. I'm skipping that game. Okay, Rockies 3-6. So now I'm looking at the Diamondbacks because the Diamondbacks have a 6 over here. Okay, so Diamondbacks, and you can see Rockies are 6-4, and Diamondbacks are 6-4. So the first line again is when they're playing against each other, and then the second line right here, second part of it, is when one team against anybody, and then the other team against anybody. So this is when they played each other. So when they played each other, the Diamondbacks seem to have been winning more than not. But then the Colorado Rockies in general are 6-4, and then the Diamondbacks are 6-4. There's nothing on the over-unders that stands out, and the 6-3 is not excellent. So I'm just going to skip over this game. Okay, here we go. Pirates 6-4, 5-5, 5-5. That's pretty even. I'm not going to mess with it. Then we look at over-unders. So the over-unders sort of stand out a little bit on the overs. There's not much, but I'm still going to write it down. So Pirates versus Padres over. All right. So now we're looking at the Braves. 4-6, 3-7, and then Giants are 6-4. So at this point, the Giants on this side are 6-4, and then over here they're 6-4. So I would write down the Giants at this point. Okay, just as a not over/under, just regular. Now we're looking at the over/unders over here. They're kind of, it's pretty much a wash. So I'm going to skip over that. Yeah, so the next steps would be to look at these games, like the Cubs. Who's going against the Cubs? How the Cubs do against that pitcher? If any injuries are there, what the casino is saying as far as like the odds, what the line move was, stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it from here. But as you can see quickly, I'm able to determine some of the games that are worth looking into. So again, injuries, pitching, batting, injuries, who's, casino, what the casino's doing, what the money's moving, where the public money's at, and all that stuff. Anyways, I hope this helps you. If any of this information helps you, I'm actually offering the scraper data, which means you get all of this data right here for a one-time fee. And I think it's for a year or something like that. It's in the description. So check that out. And also, if you want our picks that we do all this research for you, we have a team of people. So from here, I'm pretty much done. I send this over to another person, and then they do all the other research. He's been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing it for 3 years. So that's a combined total of 8 years experience. We also have a team, and we also have a lot of tools like scrapers and things like that. So there's a lot that goes into this, even though this was pretty simple for me to explain and to show you in 10 minutes. It's a lot more that goes into this research. So once we have all that and we make our picks, we post those on Winnable. Again, the link is in the description if you're interested in that. And if you're interested in just in the data, then we have that. It's called Data Scraper, and it's listed in the description as well.